Morning, guys. So, quarter point rate cut in September. What to do? We're probably a little crowded in the NASDAQ. And as a result, IWM is ripping, whereas QQQ is, percent or two down, right? Maybe 1% down. Biotechs are moving. Right here. Big pickup in volume over the 200. Home builders ETF well over 200. All the home builders are continuing over the 200. They're benefiting from the rate cut. When people move, people need to build homes. Nail and TNA on the docket. Mega caps and banks made a pretty significant move. Here's IBKR. GEV kept going sideways. We got a linear move back in April when the market bottomed. CEG and VST moving as well. SMR is way down. Duolingo doing the same, selling off on earnings. So the powered generators are big beneficiaries of the AI boom. But Ethereum names are selling off significantly. Bitcoin rolling over. We had a pretty miraculous move here. And finally, it looks like we're going to digest. I don't know if we're going to rebase around 105 or 110. Banks, Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, JP Morgan holding on. NVIDIA and Palantir both holding. NASDAQ isn't really moving. Everyone who was going to be long the NASDAQ is long the NASDAQ. Russell ought to go up then. Microsoft is basing just in the way that Apple based all these other companies like NVIDIA are probably going to base for 6 months or so. It's tough to buy gap ups. Look at Ethereum. This gapped up here. It's tough to buy that. VRT pulling back. BABA gap up pretty strong. Meta gave back most of its move. See if Iron can get some momentum. Miners don't look good. Miner like Mara and Hut. Hut looks pretty good. And then Iron and Wolf. QBTS is probably the best quantum name. Rigetti holding in there too. These are $20 million revenue businesses. These are small. Roblox did break down. There was some news calling them quote unquote investment grade. I don't know that that means anything, given it just came up 100%. TMDX was buying management purchases. TMDX is the Oregon company. No need to chase Ethereum up here. XXRP will probably follow crypto at some point. Got to be patient, but AAOI could be setting up as well. Solid move on Wolf on earnings, so can't predict that. Maybe it's more likely to be good than not, given Ethereum's doing so well, if that makes any sense. PPI coming in hot. That'll affect PCE. IWM outperformed NASDAQ. So long TNA would be an example of logging the Russell. ATOS was a bit of an anomaly, continuing to move up after earnings. LabU has to come back before that gets bought. TNA nail off an ascending moving average. This is a tiny pullback. In fact, it's holding today. So I'm more cautious on NASDAQ names, more aggressive on mid-cap names in the Russell. RMBS is holding up. This is a little bit of a tough rejection. Ethereum was really crowded on the short side, which is why it went up. GRRR could be a short here. After they close today. So if there's raised forward guidance or accelerating earnings beats per quarter, that's good news. If the market sells off a little bit and the commitment of traders retains the situation where there's more people long than short, then those longs are going to short. They're going to sell, and market's going to move down. Sometimes hourly moving averages are good if you're looking at your screen in the middle of the day. Biotech could do really well with low interest rates. The problem is shelf offerings, trial results. It's hard to buy individual biotechs that are mid caps safely. LabU is a biotech ETF you could buy. Looking for 2.5 times a daily range to sell 30% of the position. And that works to the downsides too. So if I shorted here and I have a 5% ADR, I'm looking for about 117 to trend 30% of this. If it starts to bounce, I might get stickered out. regardless. Don't want to get out of a position earlier. AMD is doing incredible. I'd prefer to buy and then get it cushioned at the end of the day so I can hold overnight. Nothing to do with a hood here. Maybe you could buy it off this 20-day. The less money you have, guys, the less aggressive you have to be. Because you want to stay in the game so your skills improve. So you'd rather learn with less so you lose less. Arc, this thing could go sideways, but this 50-day is the level you want to be held. This is still not the best time to buy stocks. Look at this move in Octa. Z-scaler, incredible. Names are gapping down right now. It's tough to get back into Tesla here when it's acting like that. Amazon is really strong. So the best moves are above the 200, guys. AEO, once it's below the 200, this is going down. If you're willing to wait in UNH for a year, you can buy it. Otherwise, there's not a point. AUG had a good setup, but it's so liquid. There's going to be a great short on this eventually. It's up an incredible amount. Good linear moves, good volume. Needs to get above the 200 for an AAOI. Reddit's still holding up. Incredibly. If I can hold this left side B, it could be a buy. So Google took a 8% stake in terrible. Lead stocks can be the last to run, so that could be a sign the markets are going to turn down. Almost 100% probability for a rate cut. Bonds haven't done anything. TM is not for the faint of heart. But it is really strong. Yeah, I agree, Joe. UNH is a hold till 2026 if you're going to do that. Otherwise, shouldn't bother with it. I think XRP Tether has to go at some point with all the other crypto names going. MicroStrategy has to get back up over 405-ish. pony, a little bit of volume. Yeah, RZLV just looks a liquid. Oh, although, yeah, sure, it's definitely holding up. It's definitely on the aggressive list. If you're an aggressive trader, this could be for you. How's that? A lot less aggressive, you can buy pony. UPXI for the small accounts too. They do Solana treasury. Same thing with Intel, maybe a 2026 play. This is the buy these stocks and never sell category. Don't love that. Don't love that. This Solana treasury, SOLT, in the same category of XXRP. RGTI along with QBTS could be a mover. It's tempting to look at these weed names for a short. MSOS did just get bought up. GCT, interesting. P-Town's already gone. HMGE looks interesting. CLS selling off. APLD holding up. Okay, you guys are awesome. Only buy United Healthcare if you're going to hold it till 2026, like Joe said.